When you're not around, your absence doesn't merely go unnoticed, it fills the atmosphere like a thick fog of sorrow, clinging to every breath, every thought, every moment. It's a presence of emptiness, paradoxical in its intensity, stirring a profound melancholy that seeps into the soul. The emotions that follow are heavy, almost suffocating, weighing down the spirit with longing, regret, and unspoken desire. It's as though the very air vibrates with your memory, echoing with the sound of your laughter, the cadence of your voice, and the silent void where your presence used to reside. Yet the feeling is not just sorrowful, it's layered, complex, and deeply sensual. There's a magnetism in your absence, a tension that lingers on the skin and pulses in the heart. It's the ache of desire, not just physical, but emotional, intellectual, and spiritual. The longing is all-consuming. You are missed on every conceivable level. Mentally, thoughts of you infiltrate every quiet moment, the conversations that once sparked joy, the exchange of ideas that once ignited fires of curiosity and connection, the synchronicity that made the world feel right. Emotionally, the heart is a battlefield. There's no refuge from the storm of longing and yearning. It's as if the soul mourns what was lost while holding on to the hope of what might still be salvaged. The emotional bond you shared wasn't superficial, it was soul-deep, tethered by something unexplainable but undeniably real. And physically, your absence is a hunger, a craving, a void that nothing else can fill. The memory of your touch, your warmth, your nearness, it all lingers like a ghost that refuses to leave. In their solitude, they find themselves praying, not in a religious sense, perhaps, but in the desperate, pleading way that only hearts in agony understand. They hope, against all logic and reason, for a second chance. For a sign. For a miracle. What terrifies them most isn't just the possibility of losing you forever, but the unbearable truth that they were the architect of this distance. Their pride, their fear, their ego, it built the very wall that now keeps you apart. Once, they were the one casting judgments, evaluating your actions, measuring you against their impossible standards. But now, the judgment has turned inward. They dissect their own behavior with brutal honesty, and it leaves them drowning in guilt and shame. They regret it all. Every word spoken in haste. Every moment they ignored your worth. Every act of disrespect, every dismissal of your feelings. They now see, with painful clarity, how deeply they failed you. And in this reckoning, they've realized that you are no longer the person they left behind. You've grown, evolved, transformed into someone who no longer tolerates manipulation, who no longer seeks validation from the ones who once made you feel small. They now understand that reconciliation, if it's even possible, hinges entirely on their honesty. There can be no more games, no more facades. If they want even a chance at redemption, they must show up fully, vulnerable, transparent, and sincere. They watch you now, from a distance. They see the way you move through life without them, and the sight pierces them more than they ever imagined. You're no longer reaching out, no longer making the first move. And that silence is the loudest message of all: you're done. And now, the focus must return to you. It's your time. Time to heal, to grow, to thrive. You are becoming the version of yourself that once only lived in your imagination. A version defined not by pain, but by purpose. By clarity. By self-worth. Let them sit in their regret. Let them learn their lesson in your absence. If they want to come back, let them come with truth, not with charm, not with promises, but with proof. They are in pain. Make no mistake, they ache for you. Not just your body, but your spirit. Your presence. Your light. They are haunted by the realization that you're no longer chasing. That you've chosen peace over chaos. That you've outgrown them. And still, they hope. They manifest. They cling to the possibility that maybe, just maybe, the door isn't fully closed. But you? You hold the key. You decide. You are no longer at the mercy of their indecision. Looking back, they wish they had known then what they know now. But isn't that the cruel joke of life? Growth often comes too late to save the things we loved most. Life is a relentless teacher, and it's only in hindsight that we see how far we've come, and how much we've lost along the way. Yet among all the memories, all the people who came and went, you remain different. You stand out. You were the one who believed in them when they didn't believe in themselves. The one who held up a mirror and showed them who they could be. That moment when they walked away and you didn't follow? That was their awakening. It shattered them. They expected you to chase, to beg, to plead. But you didn't. And in that silence, they finally understood your worth. It was the silence that screamed, "I deserve more." And now they mourn not just your absence, but the version of themselves that lost you. They mourn the wasted time, days, months, years, that could have been spent healing, growing together, building something beautiful. The silence between you now is deafening. They long to hear your voice again, to feel your warmth, to bask in the comfort of your love. They know they've made mistakes, mistakes that shattered your trust. But they want you to know, with every fiber of their being, that you've never left their heart. Despite everything, you are still the one they think about when the world goes quiet. And in the stillness of the night, when no one is watching, they cry for you. You may not realize it, but they've been changing. Behind closed doors, away from the spotlight, they've been rebuilding themselves. They've been facing their demons, confronting the shadows they once denied. They've been striving to become someone worthy, not just of your love, but of their own. The growth is real. The transformation is happening. And it all began with you, with the light you left behind. They believe that this chapter of suffering isn't the end. That somehow, against all odds, love can still win. That your story isn't over yet. When they look back on the time you spent together, their heart swells with joy. The memories are sacred, your laughter, your tears, your touch. Those moments give them hope. They are manifesting you, every day, through thought, through intention, through a deep yearning that refuses to fade. They dream of reconciliation. Of a future where love flows freely, where healing has taken root, and where the bond you once shared is stronger than ever. You've changed, and they see it. You are no longer the person who begged for love. You've evolved into someone unshakable. Someone radiant. You've peeled back the layers of pain and emerged whole, authentic, and untouchable. Your glow is undeniable. It's not just beauty, it's resilience. You've stopped seeking approval. You've stopped chasing. And that's what makes you irresistible. Once, you gave them everything, your heart, your time, your loyalty, without asking for much in return. You loved selflessly. But they didn't know how to receive that kind of love. So they ran. And in doing so, they lost the best thing that ever happened to them. That pain? It became your power. That heartbreak? It became your fuel. You transformed your wounds into wisdom. You built yourself anew. And now, you're thriving, not because of them, but in spite of them. They watch you now, in awe. The one they left behind has become everything they always wanted, everything they didn't realize they needed. And they regret. Deeply. They regret not telling you how they felt when they had the chance. From the moment they met you, they felt something powerful. Something real. But fear held them back. You seemed too perfect, too good to be true. So they doubted you. They pushed you away. And in doing so, they betrayed not just you, but themselves. They want you to know they didn't ghost you to hurt you. Their absence wasn't rejection, it was fear. They believed space would bring healing. That time apart would allow growth. And in many ways, it did. But now, they fear it might be too late. They feel you slipping away, and it terrifies them. The thought of you loving someone else. It keeps them up at night. It makes their heart race, their hands tremble. They are obsessed with the idea of you. With the life they could have had with you. And even now, they reach out, not physically, perhaps, but spiritually. Energetically. Through the intangible threads of the universe, they send their love. Their regret. Their hope. They believe your souls are still connected. That destiny still weaves your stories together. You came into their life when they were broken. And your love, your light, your presence, it healed them. You were their guardian, their mirror, their muse. You were the one who saw them, who believed in them, who brought them back to life. And now, even in your absence, that love remains. It lives in their memories. In their heart. In their hopes for the future. They are on a journey now, a journey of redemption. Of becoming someone who deserves a second chance. And they're not asking for immediate forgiveness. They know they must earn it. But they want you to know that they're trying. Every day. One step at a time. And until they can hold you again, they will love you from afar. Quietly. Devotedly. Eternally. Because in the grand design of life, some souls are meant to find each other again, even if the path is long, even if the road is hard. And if that day ever comes, they will meet you not as the person who broke your heart, but as the person who rebuilt themselves because of it.